us, the Israeli Defense Forces have released an audio recording of Hamas operatives talking about the misfired rocket which caused the Gaza hospital blast. Let's in fact listen in to this conversation between the two operatives.
مرة بنشوف الصاروخ زي هيك والشظايا هذه فبقول لك تبع الجهاد الصواريخ الجهاد الإسلامي يعني.
ايه؟
فهم بقولوا تعاون الجهاد الإسلامي.
إنه من عندنا هذا؟
شكله من عندنا
مين اللي بيقول هيك؟
بيحكوا إنه الشظايا تبعت الصاروخ إنه الشظايا محلية مش زي شظايا
ايش بتقول؟ سبحان الله من عندنا ما لقاش غيرين بجرثلي.
عاد هذول تلاقيهم من المقدرة الورا دي بفلت محط فيهم. ايش ده؟ بتلاقيهم طالعين من المقبرة الورا المستشفى المعمداني دي اللي هو فسه ونزل عندهم.
هو في مقبرة وراه؟
المعمداني ولك عند الساحة بالضبط.
هي وين لما تدخل على الساحة؟
أول ما تدخل على الساحة تدخلش على البلد عيدك اليمين في مستشفى المعمداني.
عرفتها.
بس
Akshat, it seems that the Hamas operatives have shot themselves in the foot. Corroboration and proof coming in that this was an internal doing. Akshat?
Israel Defense Forces today morning only.
Go on, Akshat.
Yes, as I was saying that the Israel Defense Forces today morning only released a video taken by Air Force operational system also that records the Al-Ali hospital area in the Gaza before and after the explosion that blew up the hospital, and that shows the blast also that caused by the that was caused by the failed launch of a rocket of the Islamic Jihad. And I mean, along with that video recording also, they have also released a footage claiming that the Israel Defense Forces have no role to play in this rocket launch which has actually struck the hospital in Gaza, and many people had to lose their lives due to this. So of course they are continuously saying that Palestinian Islamic Jihad group is the reason behind this deadly blast at a hospital, and they are also saying that their intelligence agency also says that this was actually due to the failed rocket launch. And if I can just also read out an analysis of the IDF operational system also indicates that a barrage of rockets was fired by terrorists in Gaza, passing in close proximity to the Al-Ali hospital in Gaza at the time it was hit. And intelligence from multiple sources, that's what IDF has said, that they have with them indicates that Islamic Jihad only is responsible for the failed rocket launch which has hit the hospital in Gaza. But of course, as I said, many nations condemned it, but the IDF still adamant with their claim that it was done by the Palestinian Islamic Jihad.
Sumit Peer, senior political commentator, also joins us on the broadcast. Sumit, thank you for joining us. I hope you can hear me. Sumit, if you're there with us?
Yeah, I'm here, Vineet. I can hear you loudly.
Right. Well, Sumit, what do you think happened here? You know, the Israeli forces are saying that this was an internal doing of the untrained, the unprofessional Hamas terrorist organization, whereas the world community is looking at Israel for the bombing that took place at this hospital, killing 500.
Vineet, you see, it's very clear Hamas is a terrorist organization. Hamas stores rockets and arsenals in mosques, in schools, and even in the houses of the local residents. Hamas fires rockets from mosques, from schools, from hospitals, and even from local residents. Now, if you look at what happened yesterday, the rocket goes up. I was seeing it live. Even IDF released the immediate footage after that, and Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu also tweeted. It goes up in the air and it backfires and goes to the hospital. Now, the question here is very important, which nobody is asking. If a rocket hits the hospital, you will have some damage, you will have some casualties. How does the whole hospital go up? Because if you watch the footage carefully, there is a basement. You can see the major fire coming from the basement, which means below the hospital there was an ammunition dump of Hamas. This Islamic Jihad fired this rocket, which is a brother organization of Hamas, and the rocket misfired and hit the hospital. But when it hit the hospital, the main damage was caused by possibly the ammunition dump, which was being hidden inside in the basement of that hospital. Otherwise, you have seen rockets of Hamas hit Israel now, there is some damage, something happens. But this kind of a collateral damage doesn't happen. So these people are trying to use this incident to gather support to have the whole Muslim world rallied and to say, how Israel is hitting us and all. But when they are firing rockets from the hospitals, from the schools, from the mosques, on civilians of Israel, which Israel is able to defend. If Israel was not able to defend, you know, such incidents in Israel every moment. Nobody is talking about that. Nobody is questioning why is Hamas firing rockets. If a rocket misfires and hits a hospital, we have all the sympathies for the people who got killed. But at the same time, who's responsible? Look, protection of Israel is responsibility of Israeli government. If Hamas is running the Gaza Strip, it is the government of Gaza Strip. Then who is responsible for that? These questions should be asked to Ismail Haniya. Where is Haniya hiding? Haniya is hiding, letting people kill because he's himself living in Qatar. It doesn't matter to him. So these Hamas people are using the innocent civilians of Gaza for a bait. And there were pamphlets given, everything. They was told to evacuate these hospitals. Why the hospitals were not evacuated? What, you were waiting for a disaster like this to happen? You did not evacuate the hospitals because you want to use these dead as a sympathy shield, which is unfortunate because terrorists go to any extent. Their barbarism doesn't stop. When people were trying to leave this side of the Gaza to other side, they planted IEDs. They did not want people to leave. Why Hamas is stopping people to leave Gaza? Because they want to use them as human shields. That is what Hamas has been doing all along. And if you see the kind of turbulence which happened in the Middle East last night, you know, the US embassy in Beirut was attacked, Israeli embassy was attacked, set on fire, attacked the American bases. So, you know, whole of Middle East, even the French embassies were attacked across the Middle East. We had hundreds, thousands of people hitting the streets, dead to Hamas and all. With all those things happening, nobody is questioning why is Hamas trying to use rockets on Israel. But when a rocket misfires, the hell breaks loose. What kind of hypocrisy is this? How long will the world tolerate this? If there are no rockets fired from Hamas, there will be no retaliation from Israel. You release the hostages which you have. Now, where is this? So, isn't Ismail Haniya responsible for that? Isn't Hamas responsible for that? Hezbollah responsible for that? Isn't Iran responsible for that? Who's abating them? Isn't Qatar responsible for that? Who's giving them the money? But you know, it's like when you go and slaughter around 2,000 Jews, it's okay. But if Hamas rocket misfires and falls on a hospital in Gaza, which is unfortunate, we sympathize for the people who are dead, but it becomes a global problem. How long can this happen? You know, people of one community dying is a global issue. People of other communities slaughtered. You enter their houses and massacre them. That is okay. That is part of Hamas's charter because my charter says I have to eliminate every Jew, that is Hamas, across the whole world. That is what Hamas charter clearly states.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.